Well, here we are at the trailhead going for a couple of days hike to San Pedro Wilderness. I'm going to take a walk over to the bulletin board and see the latest news, see if there's anything that we need to be concerned with. Nope, not really. Everything looks good. Okay, well, we have a nice crisp fall day. It's going to be a good hike. It's going to be looking good. Anyway, catch you a little later when we're farther down the trail. Well, we're moving right along on our way to the first leg, which would be San Gregorio Lake, and we'll see what it's like when we get there. Right now, this is a beautiful walk. It's just nice and cool. It's about 60 degrees, bright sun, nice blue sky. The trail is awesome, very nice. Here's a little look what it looks like as we walk along. Just beautiful. Plenty of trees. I use a hammock, so trees are very important. Got plenty. That's why I like San Pedro Wilderness area. Haven't seen a soul. Saw a few horse tracks. That's about it. Other than that, it's just peaceful, calm. Just a great little walk. We'll be coming up to San Gregorio here pretty soon. I'll stop and take a little snack and have something to drink. I'll catch you when we hit San Gregorio Lake. We're not too far now from San Gregorio Lake, just up ahead, so things are going great so far. Still can't get over how beautiful the weather is. Here it is, middle of November, and we're in the middle 50s now. It has dropped a little bit, but that's fine. Still great. I love it. Anyway, I'm packing the Ohm 2.0 ULA Ohm 2.0 pack. I'll give you a look at that a little later when I stop to break for camp. And I've also got the ribs front pack, which really balances the load. It's great. Let's see. The pack, I think, came in with water, food, and fuel at 21 pounds. And the ribs loaded with bits and bobs and this and that, water and so forth. That comes in at about 8 pounds. So I'm around 29 pounds, which is fine for this time of year, this kind of weather. Not expecting any rain. So, we're looking good. Anyway, talk to you when we get to Gregorio Lake. Now there's San Gregorio Lake, and boy, is that diminished. I have never seen it that low. Pretty much where I'm standing is usually on the shore. That shows you how low that lake really is. I call it a lake, San Gregorio Lake. It's really San Gregorio Reservoir. It supplies drinking water to the little towns around here. I know they do stock it with fish. I don't know if there's any fish in there now, but onward and slightly upward. I think I'll be camping at 10,500 feet, somewhere in that range. Well, it looks like I ran into some company here. There's Bossy the cow, I guess, and her calf just doing some grazing. Ranches do bring their stock into the wilderness area, and they just roam pretty much freely until time for roundup. And they're checking me out, but eventually I'm of no interest. So back to grazing and back to hiking for me. Interesting. There's some ice forming. Huh. Didn't expect to see that. Didn't think it would get that cold. But, yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty. Well, stop for a little lunch break. It's about noontime, and I'm getting a little peckish, so I thought I'd stop for lunch and have something to drink, and then continue on. Here's what I'm having for a little lunch snack. We've got beef jerky, we've got some honey, a little peanut butter, Kit Kat, and then I've got some trail mix to sort of round things off. So, okay, we're at the junction of Rio de las Vacas and the Damien Trail. Well, I think I'm going to continue on the Vacas Trail. We'll follow Las Vacas up until we hit Clear Creek Trail, and then we'll cut over to Clear Creek and follow that up. I need some water, and the water is there, which is, I want to say it's hard to, show perspective, but it's about, I want to say 120 feet down, and that's where it is there. So I'll make my way down, tank up, fill up, hydrate, and be on my way. Well, it's 4 o'clock, and it's time to set up camp. It's starting to get a little dark, and I think I found a pretty decent spot. It's a little closer to the creek than I'd like, but beggars can't be choosers when we get down to this time of day, and I'm a little tired. So I think I'm going to set up camp here. Let's just see what it looks like. Turns out someone had set up a fireplace and a place to sit. I don't know if I'll have a fire tonight, probably not, but it's nice to know it's there. They even stocked it with some firewood, which pretty nice backwoods manner. Somebody has thoughtful. I'll make sure that if I do it, use the fire, I'll do the same thing for the next guy who comes along, or gal. Anyway, I'm going to set up here. I have a choice of several trees. I think I'm going to go from this tree here to that one, which looks to me to be, I'd say 15, 16 feet away, which is perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a nice little spot. It's pretty clear and water nearby. I'm going to set up camp, and I'll talk to you a little later. Well, that's camp set up. So we got to get ready for for dinner. It's about 5 o'clock, and we've got maybe another, 30 minutes of daylight. So that's enough time to get dinner ready. Let's see. I checked the temperature. It's about 36 degrees, which is a couple of degrees above 0 Celsius. So it's not bad, but it'll get down into the mid-20s, I'm sure, tonight. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Here's my little area getting ready for dinner. And when that's going, I'll bring you back in. Talk to you later. Okay, well, it's dinner time, and we've got the fancy feast stove boiling water, or will be boiling water pretty soon. And for dinner, I'm going to have Packet Gourmet Tuscan beef stew with Parmesan polenta. So I haven't tried this one. Tried a lot of the other Packet Gourmet meals, and they are great. And I expect this one to be good too. There's the stew and the polenta, and those will be pretty good, I'm sure. And for dessert, we've got, goodness knows, very cranberry. Goodness knows is right. I've had these before, and they are delicious. Good morning. Well, had a great sleep. Slept about 11 hours, which is a lot for me. But boy, it was nice and warm, peaceful. No wind. Got down to about 26 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, too early for me to think. I need some coffee. Talk to you later. Well, I'm having my morning coffee and breakfast, and it's Rip Van waffles. I don't know if you can see that. It's caramel-filled Amsterdam waffle. Well, I've had my breakfast, and I'm getting ready to pack up. I hit the next section of trail, but before I do that, thought I'd let you see what I slept in, what my sleep setup looked like. So, I've got Wall Bonnet Blackbird XL hammock. Really good. Plenty of room. I forgot to take off the bug net because I sure as heck don't need it with this temperatures being in the 50s during the day and down into the 20s at night. But I forgot I had it on, so it came along for the ride. So there's the hammock. I've got hammock gears, 0-degree burrow, and boy, that kept me warm. Toasty, was great. And for an underquilt, I'm using wall bonnets. Let's see, get around here to look, see if I can get a shot of the label here. Yeah, there we go. It's the 0-degree Wookie for XL, for the XL, wall bonnet XL hammock. And I have to tell you, this really worked out great. I was warm, no fuss, no muss setting it up. You just hook it up on that end, come around here, and then there's a rubber. Yes, I'll explain that. There's a rubber band that goes over the whipping on the end here, and using this carabiner, and that's it. Simple, very simple. The only problem was when I hooked it up here and sat in the hammock, I don't know, I guess I had it too tight or whatever. And yes, I did sit in the hammock and not in the underquilt. It just snapped. The rubber band snapped, and I said, uh-oh, what do we do now? Well, I had some extra bungee that I carry. It's, let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Yeah, here it is here. It's 1/8" bungee cord. And I just took it and strung it out and just wrapped it around the end of the hammock, and it worked out great. It worked out great. Now, it was getting late. I didn't fuss around with, did I have the right length? Should I shorten it, lengthen it, whatever? But it just so happened that, I guess that I doubled it up, and that 1 foot length seemed to work out fine. The Wookie was right up against me, and I was warm as toast. And it's done on a diagonal, so it's asymmetrical. And I sleep with my head to the left, my legs to the right, and that's the way this Wookie is set up as well. So no fuss, no muss. It just went together really well. And that's the Cuban fiber, standard Cuban fiber. Let me get around to the other side here. Tarp from Hammock Gear. 8.5 ounces with the stuff sack and tie outs. So no complaints on that. 8.5 for a full length tarp with doors. Can't beat it. So that cut down on, got a little windy last night, so it cut down on the wind and really made a big difference. Yeah, that is my go-to tarp for sure. Anyway, that's our setup, and I'll be packing that up and heading on down the trail for the last day here today, and then tomorrow heading back out to the truck at the trailhead. I'll talk to you a little later when I'm on the trail. I briefly mentioned what I was carrying before, but here's what they are now. So this is the ULA 2.0 ohm, and it's been great. And then my front pack is the ribs. Just goes around the front and sort of balances the load and really makes a difference. Everything's easily accessible, the stuff I need right away, first aid kit, water, snacks, and so on. So don't have to dig into the pack or even take the pack off if I don't need to. So that works out really well. Like I say, this was about 21 pounds when I started, and that's food, fuel, water, and the ribs with water and snacks came in at about 8 pounds, maybe a little under, let's say 8. So 29 altogether, food, fuel, water, snacks, and so on. Not bad. For an old man like me, an old timer at 70, it worked out really well. Can't carry the 40, 50, 60 pounds that I used to. So I'm happy to lighten my load as much as I possibly can. Otherwise, I won't be able to get out here. Or at least not for very long. Anyway, enough of that. I'll catch you later on the trail. Well, we're heading to our next destination, the Continental Divide Trail. That's where we'll stop. And should make pretty good time getting there, so it'll be good. This is a great walk. The San Pedro Wilderness is just a great area. It has plenty of water, elevation gains, gradual, so you do get up to 10,000, close to 11,000 feet, but it's really pretty good. It's not a steep climb up, just a gradual ascent, so it's pretty good. It's heavily forested. A lot of pines and smaller trees, and great for hammock hanging. Pretty much hang just about anywhere. And as I say, plenty of water, so in New Mexico, that's a big thing. I just love it. It's beautiful. This time of year, not too many people are on the trail. In fact, I haven't seen anyone. In any case, I'm just enjoying the walk, and I'll catch you later. Quite a bit of deadfall in this area. A lot of downed trees, deadwood. Plenty of wood for fire, if that's your choice. Every so often the Forest Service comes in, clears it out, or as much of it as they can. But it looks like had a pretty big storm come through and a lot of blowdown. We're coming into the San Pedro Parks area, for which this wilderness is famous, and it's just open meadows, large open meadows. And they call them parks, but pretty much mountain meadows that are just beautiful. A lot of the wildlife gets to graze here, cows, obviously, and it's just a beautiful area. Coming up to the top of a knoll pretty soon, and I'll be able to give you a better look at what these meadows look like. Well, here's where I decided to stay for the night. I'm about 5 miles from the trailhead, so tomorrow will just be an easy hike out and back home. Cows are taking advantage of the meadows. I don't blame them. Beautiful spot. It's getting late, time for dinner. And let's see. We're having ramen, beef flavor, and to really make it worthwhile, Packet Gourmet's Ramen Rescue with chicken. I've had this before, and it makes all the difference in the world. Really makes the ramen a great meal. And for dessert, Nature Valley sweet and salty nut, peanut flavor. It's good stuff. That's my last dinner before heading home tomorrow, and I'll catch you a little later. In case you're wondering why I'm wearing all this orange gear, it's hunting season here in New Mexico, and I'm not taking any chances. So I know I look like a pumpkin, but I've already had this for quite a while, and I have an orange hat, so I might as well look like a pumpkin and try to stay safe and let the hunters know that I'm here. Good morning. I slept really warm. It was again in the middle 20s. That's fine. Gonna hit the trail this morning and head back to the trailhead and head on home. But right now, I need to wake up and have my morning coffee. Talk to you later. Well, we're on the way home. And coming down to the last leg, really. We pretty much at the junction here at the Rio Las Vacas trail. That's what I came down. And San Gregorio Lake is about half a mile away, so won't be long before we're at the truck and heading home. It's a great day. It's about 50 degrees here around noontime, so made good time coming down the Clear Creek and Lucero Trail, and it's just great. There's a little creek. San Pedro Park's a very popular place because elevation gains are light and pretty gradual. It's not too bad. And it's just a beautiful place to walk. And so far I've only seen one party heading in. It is Saturday, so I'm heading out and they're coming in. There's Egg Rock. At least I call it Egg Rock. Looks like an egg. Anyway, we're about 15-20 minutes from the trailhead.